Good morning on this fine late autumn morning. Today I'm going to talk about a comparison between vlogging with a GoPro and with a traditional camera, and just to go through some of the benefits, some of the negatives as well of using a GoPro. So let's go for it. So I'm going to talk about why I bought this GoPro and why it should be a bit of a game changer for me, really. The one thing that I was feeling about my camera constantly that was kind of holding me back was not being able to show enough of the journey. So, you know, I'd be able to kind of take you wherever I go, literally. And you know, and talking as I'm walking, being able to kind of really kind of share the whole experience with you. And I think that is something that I'm hoping that the GoPro will really give me and enable for you guys to see more of what I do and where I go. So showing that story, showing that journey is the main reason I bought it. I think that, you know, image quality wise and so yeah, I mean, image quality wise and just generally the image separation as well won't be as good as my Canon, but hopefully those negatives will be vastly outweighed by the fact I can take this thing absolutely everywhere. So here we are on the Canon M50 with a 22mm lens, and I'm shooting at f2. So the only difference between these two is that I haven't yet, my ND filters haven't arrived for my GoPro yet. So I have got an ND filter on this camera, and of course it makes a massive difference, especially a variable ND, because you can just tone down the amount of exposure that you want and get a really good exposure. There's a much better image separation between me and the background, and generally the kind of colours and the kind of it's a much more kind of professional quality image. But herein lies the problem. Right now I've got this thing on a tripod, so you know, if I just I've got it all set up on a tripod, which is fine, and it works really well. You get it on 60th of a second, it's 30 frames per second, it's quite smooth, it works brilliantly. But these are the major problems. It's looking almost like rain. When the rain comes out, I need to cover it with a bag or not use it and just wait for the rain to end, which, you know, in a lot of mountainous situations means that I can't film. I have to resort to using my phone. The next big problem is this. So when I start vlogging on this, there's two things. First of all, the field of view. So this is a fixed lens. Yeah, you can get wide-angle zooms that aren't fixed, but you don't generally get the nice image separation. Looks very similar to a GoPro or a phone if you use a variable aperture lens. And you don't get the nice colour that this lens gives you. So this is the first thing. So you basically just see me with a small amount of environment behind me. But I mean, their background's nice and blurred. The colours are good. Okay, so I'm just gonna. This is almost like I perfectly timed it. I'm just gonna negotiate a lake. I mean a little stream. Okay, scared a few sheep, I think. So here we are. So the thing about this is when I've done this, I'm walking really still at the moment. So I'm trying to kind of walk carefully, and I'm trying to kind of do my best to be as smooth as possible. And the image stabilization is rubbish. It's supposed to have in-body stabilization, and I think what it's really for is for taking photographs. And the in-body stabilization works really well for photography. So today, I'm going to try this GoPro with, as I've got now, I've got a lav mic. I've got the Video Mic Go, which I always use, which is a brilliant mic. But I'm going to also use the inbuilt mod mic that comes with the GoPro Hero 10, and we'll see how that goes. This time I'm using the GoPro. And I'm not using my lavalier mic. I've got one here, but it's not plugged in. And what I'm doing is I'm just using the Media Mod mic with the little wind muffler thing on, just to see how that goes. Now I'm testing this Canon M50 with its dual-facing mics without the lavalier mic. So it shouldn't do a bad job. I mean, I'm down in a valley, so it's not that windy. It's awful in wind. It won't handle it at all. So I wanted to just test out the different types of fields of view. So this is standard with horizon leveling. So this is super wide. So I'm holding the selfie stick same distance away from where I was before, and you can see the amount of view you get in this thing is insane. So another massive draw of the GoPro is this. I've been unbelievably, you don't see it in a lot of my videos, but I've been carrying 2 tripods. Now carrying 1 tripod is enough of a pain and enough of weight, but carrying 2 everywhere is just becoming too much. Up on mountainsides, it becomes a real problem. And you know, kind of having to kind of set up to do the video all the time, it's just a little bit painful. You want it to be more natural. You don't want to feel like you have to kind of set it up. You want to just go for it. So talking about going for it, so we are at the lovely Cold Ashton today. Now this is actually one of the sites of my first ever YouTube video, so yeah, I thought I'd come back here today just to experience the last of autumn and test out this GoPro in comparison to my camera. So another massive plus and another main reason that I bought it is weather sealing, because I can take this out in all different types of weather, and I mean, it's waterproof, so you know, I can take it out with me into the sea. I can film pretty much everywhere, and I think that with the image stabilization that hopefully you're seeing it do a good job of now, and with the weather sealing, it will just make it so much more versatile. Quite a cool function of this GoPro is using the time warp function to just create, you know, shorter footage of my journeys and me walking. So let's give it a go. So you can start it and stop it. So I've just stopped it here to do some real time. Let's do some time warp. Back to standard. So this gear review is quite an important one, really, because it's a comparison between the camera that I've been using for the last while and something that hopefully will, again, free up my creativity, which is what it's all about, really. So please let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are about the GoPro. Those of you that have used the GoPro for years, maybe you've used the Hero 10 for years, and please let me know. So I bought the 10 purely because, you know, it had 4K and 5K footage, it had image stabilization, it had everything I needed, and it was about half the price of a 12. So I really didn't see the point. It took the same batteries, pretty much the same quality. So overall, I think that before I'm even at the end of this video, I feel like this is going to be a camera. If the footage is half decent coming out of this from today, that I'm just going to be using a lot more. Because I feel like I need something that is just as small and light as possible.